It was pouring heavily. Where he bumped into you and ended up spilling his drink on you. You remembered how red your cheeks were when he first took you on a date. You remembered how nervous you were when he proposed to you. You realize how it was always him who described his love for you, whereas you kept everything hidden inside your heart. Jimin was okay with that because he knew that you were extremely introverted and less expressive. He heard the things which you never said because he saw everything in your eyes. Because he could read your eyes. Because he could understand your silence. Because he could feel your soul. Because he knew that you were only his. You eventually fell asleep while laying in the bed. After a few minutes, the front of your house creaked open as Jimin stepped in. "Jimin. I'm home, love," he said as he hurriedly took off his coat before hanging it on a hanger. The rain was still falling down as Jimin shuddered in the cold before taking off his shoes. He looked around the house only to find the living room and kitchen extremely silent, even the lights were off. Furrowing his brows, he turned on the lights before looking at the clock. It was 11 p.m., which means you're already home. Jimin. YN. Baby, where are you? He questioned with a sigh as he made his way upstairs in your shared bedroom. Jimin. Love. He stopped as he saw you being curled up in a corner of the bed. A smile crept on his lips as he walked towards you before crouching down. He frowned once his eyes caught the frame you were holding. Jimin. Did she miss me? He lightly chuckled before slowly tracing his fingers in your hair as he caressed your cheek softly. Jimin. Did she cry? He thought as he spotted the stains of dry tears on your cheeks, and to add more to his worry, your hair was still W3T. Jimin pulled out the frame from your grip, being careful to not wake you up. Placing the frame back on its place, he covered you up with the blanket before turning on the heater as he planted a soft kiss on your head. Jimin. I love you. He whispered against your skin before making his way inside the bathroom. After taking a hot shower, he stepped out wearing his sweatpants and a t-shirt. The man was drying his hair when he saw you sitting in a bed while staring in the air. Jimin. What happened, honey? You turned around as you saw him staring at you with worry in his eyes. You immediately shook your head and curved up your lips in a smile. YN. Nothing. When did you come? You asked as he sat beside you. You intertwined your fingers with his lovingly. Jimin. I just came a while ago. Did you eat your dinner? He asked as you pressed your lips together. If you spill the truth, he will lecture you, and if you lie, he will catch you lying. Jimin. YN. I told you not to skip dinner. There he goes. YN. I just didn't feel like eating today. You mumbled as he sighed. You kept staring at him, taking in all his delicate features. His slender eyes, his plump lips, his wet locks, the way he talks, the way he stares at you. Everything about him was so marvelously captivating. You were so lost in him that you didn't pay any heed to whatever he was saying. Jimin. I'll make something for you. He was about to get up when you immediately held his hand and stared at him. YN. Don't go. Don't leave. You mumbled as Jimin chuckled before sitting back beside you. Jimin. I'm not going anywhere, darling. I'm just going to make something for you to eat. He said while caressing your cheek as you held his hand and wrapped your hand around his. YN. I don't want you to leave, you whispered as his eyes softened. Jimin. Let's cook together then, shall we? He suggested as you nodded with a smile. Jimin suddenly slid his hand under your 𝚁''GH as he picked you up in bridal style while a soft gasp left your mouth. He carried you till you both reached the kitchen, and only then he placed you back on your feet before giving you a quick peck on your lips. Jimin. What would you like to eat? He asked. YN. Ramen. You smiled again while staring at him. Jimin was cooking while you helped him before taking a seat on the kitchen counter. The noodles were getting ready as you found Jimin in front of you feeding you some leftover kimchi. You ate whatever he fed you. You refused to look at anything else but him, as if your whole world was standing right in front of you. You had so much but not enough permission to keep it. You took in the last bite of your noodles as he placed the bowl in the basin. YN. You didn't eat enough, you said as Jimin smiled before replying. Jimin. I actually told you that I was eating outside tonight. You know, business dinners, he exclaimed as you nodded. 𝚤𝚾. I almost forgot about that, you chuckled lightly. He 𝚃*D your lips again before picking you up from a kitchen counter, and this time your legs were 𝚤𝚃 lovingly around his torso while your arms were wrapped around his neck. 𝚤𝚃, you seem in a good mood today, he said as you nodded. 𝚤𝚃, I am, because you're here with me, you said. 𝚤𝚃 was placing you back on a bed when you pulled him closer on top of you. He blinked several times as you stared in his eyes. You whispered under your breath as your breathing became shallow. 𝚤𝚃 gulped before slowly 𝚂𝚃 your lips with his. He 𝚃𝚃 you softly with tenderness, taking in all of your pain, washing away all your sorrows with just one 𝚃. You caressed his nape while pulling him close to deep 3 and the 𝚃 even more. You wanted that moment to last forever, you wanted to cherish it forever. You gave him the permission to T4NGL3 his T*NGU3 with yours as a low M***, escaped your mouth while his hand SLPP*D under your t-shirt. You felt your 𝙵𝙸𝚃 up but giving in with his T*UCH, 𝚤𝚃 G4SP*D in the 𝚃 as he felt your hand getting in contact with the hem of his t-shirt. You both 𝚃*D and cuddled, but things never escalated more than that because for some unknown reason you weren't ready and he was patient with you. But today felt like you were ready to break down all the walls you've built or have locked yourself in. Tonight seemed imperfectly perfect. He pulled away from the 𝚃 to look at you. 𝚤𝚃, what are you doing? He asked as you closed your eyes before answering. 𝚤𝚃, let me M4k3 love to you tonight.